trying to invest as much as I could. Boom. I was trying to invest as much as I could back into the markets and back into, me and back into the team at that time. But if you're on this call and you have a job, you're blessed. Number one. Number two, but what's your budget? What can you take out of that check and add? And if you can't, then that's a different conversation. The second thing is, does everybody on this call have a platform to buy and sell their crypto coins? And does everybody have a platform to trade crypto? Yes or no in the chat? Okay. Crypto is obviously about to explode, and I'm going to give you some facts here in just a second. Platform, yes. Trading, no. Okay. There are some options, right? If you're in the US, you can use Blowfin, right? I'm just going to go to their main company website. You don't need a VPN or anything like that. Blowfin is a pretty big platform to trade multiple cryptos. You have decentralized platforms to trade crypto like Jupiter. And we can go into that on another call. And then the third most important thing is, do you have guidance mentorship? Hopefully that's what I can be for you tonight as this market is getting ready to ramp up. Now, how many of you guys have a 401k? I personally don't, but how many of you guys have a 401k, or you know somebody that has a 401k? Maybe your parents, maybe you. Okay. Officially, I want you to tell them that they are now crypto investors. What do you mean, Mike? The Coinbase stock just got listed on the S&P 500, which means every single 401k is now, it's not unintentional, but now every single 401k is giving exposure, every dollar, a little bit to the Coinbase stock. Now, if you've been following me for any time here, we were taking positions back over here, back in the early days of this, down here, over here. And then we were re-entering recently at around 140, 150, 160. And you can see this thing is just ripping to the upside. It's up like 80% from that low. And they also bought a company called Durabit. How many of you guys know what Durabit is? Put a yes or no in the chat. Yes or no in the chat. So Coinbase buys this company, okay? This company, Durabit, offers crypto options. So if you've ever heard of like stock options, think of it as another way you can make money in crypto. Okay, you can buy and sell crypto in your portfolio. So portfolio, you can trade crypto like leverage, but then there will now be a third way that will go mainstream very soon here that you can already do, but soon it'll be a lot bigger, and then something that I'll be teaching on with crypto options. I'll give you an example of how it works with a stock option. Okay, let's do this for a stock, and it's going to be eventually, it's really the same thing, but for crypto. So I'm going to keep it real simple. Let's say it's on, let's just do XYZ. So this is a stock example, but this is how it will work with crypto. And it's really cool. Okay, so watch this. When you're looking at an option, okay, this is a little bit more advanced. There's a couple things you need. One, what is the crypto or the stock? We're doing it right now on this crypto, on this stock called XYZ, called Block. How many of you guys have Cash App? That's this company. Okay, Cash App is this company. And how it works, real simple. You choose the price. So we're going to choose 60. And every dollar past 60, it goes up. The further it goes, the more money we make. Well, how does it work? You choose when your piece of paper, your contract is going to expire. So let's say I said, okay, I think this is going to go up, but I think it's going to take like until January of 2026. I could buy a piece of paper right now for $967 with a strike price of 60. And look at this bar down here, guys. After $60, the farther price goes, the more money you make. Well, how do I get out? You bought the contract for this number, 967. If price goes to $110, you're up $4,000 in profit. Now you sell that contract on the open market. And that is what happens every day in all these financial markets. Put a 1 if you're with me here so far. And now, with Coinbase purchasing this company, Durbit, which does what I just showed you, but for crypto, you're talking more money, more liquidity, and good Lord, it's going to be a lot of fun. So imagine, okay, let's think here. Imagine Bitcoin right now makes the move that I think it's going to make. Let's say Bitcoin goes into this move here. This $170,000 to $200,000 level. Okay, this is Gio said this is just for the team, so I'm giving you some facts here. I haven't shared this really anywhere. Let's say this thing gets up here, and let's say you're like, dang, I think the market's going to go into a bear market I think we're going to have a big drop. One of the ways we will make money, and one of the easiest ways in reality, is you will do a put option, which basically means a sell. To keep it simple, it means a sell. And let's say it's at a strike price of 180,000. And let's say you buy that contract where it expires in 2028. What happens to Bitcoin every 4 years? Do you guys know what happens to Bitcoin every 4 years? The halving. What happens before every single halving? A crash, a correction, and then the market goes crazy after the halving. So before the halving, we had the COVID push. Before the 2024 halving, we had the push down. So eventually we're going to get a big sell-off. Well, how are you going to make money from it? Hello. They're literally giving us the play, or they're giving us how they're going to make trillions of dollars off the next big crypto short. So I hope that makes sense. I want to keep it kind of simple there. And then we can talk about a few different projects. Okay, did that make sense to everybody? And this is the same. This is like literally the farther price goes. So if you got in at 180 and this thing went back to, I mean, this is what like Nancy Pelosi, you guys always see like in the market, they talk about Nancy Pelosi. What is she doing? She's buying and selling these option contracts. And now we'll be able to do that with regulated platforms, with crypto very soon. And that's a great time to be alive. Okay. Now, when we look at crypto today, Bitcoin's at 103, XRP's at 256, Solana's at 177. There are some projects that I would say have already made a really large move that you got to be careful on averaging into. But then you have projects like Helium. How many people do not know what this is? Put a 2 if you don't know what this is in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat. Helium is an exchange idea. I sent this out a while ago to be buying this between like $2 and $4. Right now, we are leaving the zone. Okay, right now we are leaving the zone. If it pulls back, you can buy it. But right now, Helium has one of the best utility projects. Who's in the US? I have AT&T. Helium partnered with AT&T and offers these like hotspots in this decentralized world. Guess who they also partnered with? Let's go to their website. I hate Linktree so much. But they also partnered with Movistar, which if you're in Mexico or from Mexico, that's like the biggest cell phone provider there and in Latin America as well. And guess what? By using Helium, you can connect it to your phone for like 20 bucks a month or whatever. You can connect it to your phone for like 20 bucks a month. Also, yeah, you have the ability to earn by using the network and providing these hotspots. So this is like real utility. They have like over 2 million customers and they have like 94,000. Look at this. 94,000 million, not 94, long day. 94,000 mobile hotspots and almost a million users a day. Like when we talk about utility, like a real company, it's not some fairy dust cryptocurrency. This is something I'd be looking at. Okay. Another amazing day today is today was one of the biggest days ever in crypto because JP Morgan, who has hated on crypto for so long, while they've been secretly building blockchains for the past 4 to 5 years, today did something powerful. Let's read this. Today, JP Morgan announced a successful completion of a cross-chain delivery versus payment transaction between Kinexys, which is their private blockchain, and Ondo, powered by what? Chainlink. If you've been plugged into this community, we're DCAing Chainlink under $5 here. And we were recently buying this again at around $12. Who is in profit on Chainlink from the entries that I gave out? Let me know if you're in profit on Chainlink on any of those entries. That's a project you better have in your portfolio. Okay. So take a look at this. This is how it works. Smart money, institutional money comes in. It goes through Ondo. They put it in a contract. They put the real estate on the blockchain. They put the treasury, the securities. They put all that money in Ondo. Chainlink moves data. Okay, Chainlink moves data in a secure environment. And then Kinexys, which is literally by JP Morgan, it used to be a different name, and they were using Avalanche. It's all coming together. This transaction was not only the first debut transaction on the Ondo chain testnet, but marked the first time JP Morgan has expanded the Kinexys platform to a public chain. What does this mean, Mike, in English? The banks are here. You're going to walk into your bank in the next couple of years and you're going to say, hey, I need a loan, or I want to buy this house, and or I want to buy a block, or I want to buy a property. And they're going to say, okay, here are the options how you can do it. And they're going to do it through the blockchain. And they're going to keep track of it in their own system called Kinexys. If you do it through Chase Bank, for example. And then you'll get an NFT or a piece of paper or something on the blockchain that says, hey, this is your proof. And it'll all be blockchain and you're not even going to know it. And that's the future. The entire banking system right now, look at this. Coinbase acquired Durbit. You know what also Coinbase did? Coinbase banking license. Coinbase is literally trying to become a bank. A literal bank. And you know what banks are doing? Banks are literally about to become exchanges. All these laws are passing while so many people are worried about the tariffs and the China deal and all these things, all these distractions. Would you guys agree that we live in a world right now of distractions? Let me know in the chat if you can relate to that. Or people are getting distracted by everything. Because in that season of distractions is when the financial markets go crazy parabolic. Not to say that COVID wasn't real, because it was. But it was the world was shut down and people were in panic, and Bitcoin was at $4,000. And if you could go back in time, come on, let's keep it real, you probably go all in, right? You probably take it really serious, right? Big move down, breakout, pullback. People didn't even take it serious here. And now this next wave up still has a long way to go. This move during COVID was a 15x, 16x. I mean, I think we're going to see, this is only a 4x right now. I think we're going to see a very similar move. And I think overnight, people are going to look at their Coinbase with no money in it, outside looking in. Should have joined the Powerhouse free chat, but I decided to not to because I'm skeptical about free. And they're going to be like, dang, it's at 180. It's at 190 AB. It's at 220,000, Lewis. Dang, maybe I should hit up Geo now. Will we still help those people? Of course. But we're not buying crypto after this next massive parabolic rally. We're trading crypto. We're trading crypto. Okay, I sent this idea out earlier today where we're trading SUI. SUI, any of these coins, we can make money whether they go up or down. We had caught this move up. We caught the short up here. Now we're in the buy right now on SUI to the upside. We're in profit here at 387. If you take my trades, you're leaving money on the table by not taking my trades. Just being completely honest. Please don't take it the wrong way. We have literally people doing very well. And with crypto, and if you use the right platforms, there's no spread. There's no commission. So you actually get to keep your money. You get to keep, if you enter at 3.87, you're in at 3.87. So I'd like to just answer some questions in the chat, guys, if you want to ask a few questions on the overall market. Helium is something I'd be looking into right now. Chainlink, if it pulls back. Also, Uniswap as well. If it can come back closer to $6, I do like it. I think this is going to go to at least $20, $25. But if there's any questions in the chat, feel free to just feel free to just use the chat and ask. And make sure you guys are plugging in to this free season right now. How do you trade crypto with no spread? So you need a derivatives platform. So I'll just show you. You don't have to use this one, but I'll just show you. I think I have like 20 bucks in here. So I was showing some people earlier. I'm not even going to sign in. But there's platforms where you can trade crypto. Okay, take a look at this. Where if I enter at 103, okay, 103,737, and I have whatever amount of USDT in my wallet, it's going to execute that order on the order book at that exact price. It's not going to be up here or down here. So these are what we call derivatives platforms. How do you know what target price each crypto assets can reach? Great question, Manny. It's all based on charts. It's always based on charts. So I'll give you helium, for example, since we talked about it. So I was just giving this example on another call, but basically we were averaging in down here. We had called it out over here, but let's just talk about recently. My first exit is going to be at $9. Why? Why is my first exit at $9? Can anybody tell me in the chat? There's equal highs. So I want to be getting out here a little bit just in case it does that, right? Now, the rest is kind of like based off of like an imbalance at 20, and then the last is at all-time highs. But it's always based on the charts. Always based on the charts. Entries and exits are based on what you see on the charts, not anything else. And then like the news and the media and the interest rates, that just sends it higher faster. How are you breaking up your portfolio right now? Yeah, it's mainly mid caps and main caps. So I'm not really doing low caps right now, too much risk. We go to the list here. Literally so many coins, even like Filecoin, are undervalued. Um, Jupiter's pretty undervalued. I still think it could go back into the 30s, but Immutable X, I just dropped that one on the app. I always forget what chart is where. Okay, so yeah, like Immutable X hit our entry zone, about a hit take profit one. So like this is like literally you buy it in the zone when I tell you, and you just wait, and then you sell it at the other exit levels. I've always felt low-key crypto becomes something equivalent to stocks. Oh yeah. Here's the thing. The stocks are getting tokenized. So like stocks are kind of not they're not becoming cryptos, but they're going to be on blockchains. So like think of it like this. I make $100,000 on Tesla right now. It's 8:35 p.m. Stock market's closed. Well, if it's tokenized and it's a 24/7 market, let's say I make 100,000 on a Tesla and I want to put it into Bitcoin, like right now. I could go Tesla to Bitcoin, boom, on chain, cost seconds. You don't got to wait 3, 5, 10 days like you would if you buy the stock, then you got to sell the stock, and then it's got to settle. What does that even mean? Think of it like this, guys. Have you ever questioned why? How many of you guys have a job? Let me know in the chat. How many of you guys get paid from your job? Have you ever questioned why you have to get paid one time a week or 2 times a month? Have you ever questioned that? In reality, it's because it costs money to move money. But if it was all on the blockchain and using different assets like XRP or XLM or USDC, you could essentially get paid every day or every minute or every hour, and it would just show up in your wallet. The reason you get paid twice a month is because it costs the company less to send that money out. It's not because they can't do it. It's because they're trying to keep the margins thin, right? Speed. XRP solves that problem. XRP could pay 100 different people working in 100 different currencies in 100 different countries in seconds from one wallet going out to all 100 people in different country currencies in different countries working at the same company. So that's where the utility, like this next 12 months, you are going to see so much utility in crypto. It's exciting. But it's also like you can't be naive. Okay? You got to have a plan of exiting and entering and exiting. So for example, April 8th, I sent this out to the community, April 8th, to buy INJ. This is a derivatives platform for crypto. They're working with Ondo and banks. We've already pretty much doubled our money here. Well, now what do? You can double your money and you can move it to an asset that hasn't moved yet. For example, like Filecoin. It's slow. It's old. It's like a dinosaur. It barely moves. But when it moves, it's going to make a lot of people mad. Like this thing had like $12 billion in it. The prices looks dead in the water. But that's when you want to buy. Their digital coin was backed by the country's physical gold. I mean, yeah, that's going to happen as well. That will happen. Exits on file. All right, we'll wrap up with this, and then I'll pass it back to Gio, the MVP. So this is file. I would definitely be looking to scale out here just in case we don't, to avoid coming back. But I would say like $7 to $9. And if we get above that high, I think we're going to see $20 to $50. And it makes sense. Let's see if there's volume on this chart. I mean, big volume, drop, big volume, drop. I think we're going to see it slowly but surely take a move to the upside here. But this is where you want to be accumulating. Dead, boring market. Now, what's the risk? This goes to zero. It's at $3. 3 or 20. And I started the call talking about a budget because like people go out to eat every day and they spend like $20, $30, $40. That's just if they're eating by themselves. Y'all ever take somebody out these days? It's like you're spending like $60 no matter what. You can go to McDonald's and you're going to spend $60. So it's not like, oh, the money's not there. It's just, what are you doing with the money? You know, some of us, like, be honest, how many of y'all have a credit card debt? Or you have a credit card and you know if you spend that credit card and you don't pay it off, there's that money adds up 20, 30, 40, 50, $100 in interest over 5, 6, 7, 8 months. That's hundreds of dollars that you're paying this creditor that you owe. I don't want to owe people. I've done it. It sucks. It's annoying. It's interest this, interest that. That's why I would tell you this as a friend or as a mentor. Don't make any major life decisions right now. I know some of y'all want to do it. I've almost done some things, and it's like, I'm glad I waited. I was telling this to Junior the other day. You make major life decisions. You have to make them. And if you have to, you have to. But I think this is the season to be a little bit patient and to trust the process a little bit more because I have a feeling great things are about to happen. The next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is, you guys are going to be, I think, so happy. And if you know, you know. And if you don't know, you will know. And you'll have complete transparency and clarity on so much that's happening. But just know the leaders are working for you. And I think that when you, like I said, when you see what's taking place, it's going to be incredible. So Miguel knows, some of the leaders know. If you don't know, here's what I would do. Tap into all of the calls that Powerhouse University is doing. All the people that have a 401k, I would be like, yo, guess what? Thanks for contributing to the freaking crypto market. I think it's time for you to take a listen to meet one of my mentors or come on the next call or watch the recording of this call and get them in that free chat. There's no reason why Powerhouse University doesn't have 2,000, 3,000 people that are interested in what we're doing and the next chapter. The book is being written and the story and the battle is already won. Now, the question is who is going to be not even on stage, but who is going to be here in 3, 6, 9, 12 months to share that story? Who's going to be here in a year to talk about the time where we did a free trial and now there's 50,000 people in Powerhouse? You see 67 people on a Zoom. I don't know. I see 6,700 people. I did a Zoom last week and there were 6,000 people on it in Peru and Argentina, in less opportunistic places, you could say. But guess what? They don't make excuses. They're doing a free trial just like this right now as well. And they'll have 10,000, 20,000 people in it in the next couple of weeks. So, Gio, I'm going to make you host, bro. Thank you so much for the invitation. I look forward to seeing you guys in Dallas very soon.